Moving on. Jurassic World Dominion. Who's seeing it this weekend, huh? We seeing Jurassic World Dominion? Like I told you guys, I did a rewatch. I watched all the Jurassic, the park and world movies besides Jurassic Park 3 because I felt like that wasn't needed, which really wasn't. And, but it's not a terrible movie. I would just say it's the weakest one of the bunch. Some people don't feel that way, but I think it's the weakest one of the bunch. What's kind of funny about all this too, and seeing the reactions to the reviews and everything like that, I'm seeing people on my timeline just totally just going, man, they really fucked up with these Jurassic World movies and blah, 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 blah. They were so good when it was, the Jurassic Park movies and man. And I'm just kind of going, where the fuck was it going to go? This is about man creating dinosaurs, bringing dinosaurs back from extinction. And yes, obviously, the first Jurassic Park, iconic. It changed cinema. Everything about that movie is absolutely fantastic. It's the best one. Nothing's going to beat it. And then you had The Lost World, which was a little weaker, but it did further some certain things and certain aspects, specifically when it came to the dinosaurs. And I guess you could say, like, when you watch The Lost World, it's really all about, like, hey, some of these dinosaurs got a bad rap when it came to how they were. I mean, the T-Rex, they're just making it seem like the T-Rex just, like, basically just, knocks boots with another T-Rex and then just leaves, ups and leaves. But, they're trying to prove that wrong. And the whole, the baby T-Rex and everything. But I think when it came to The Lost World, I think what throws off the narrative of that movie is the fact that, thank you, Mr. Aaron Bailey. Yeah, they're moving off the islands. Thank you for being a member for a year. Thank you, sir. When it comes to that, I think it was just kind of thrown off because when they get off the island in Lost World, then they're back in San Diego, and then of course that whole shit happens. I think it kind of throws people off. To me, rewatching it again, because I hadn't watched Lost World all the way from start to finish in a long time, I was like, it works, but I could see how it threw probably people off because, it's all about the island and the dinosaurs and blah, 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 and you had the raptor scenes and shit like that. And then all of a sudden you're back on the mainland and you have a T-Rex going through a fucking neighborhood in San Diego. It could be a little jarring. I could totally see that. But one of the main things was just like, and then of course spilling into Jurassic Park 3 when they brought back Dr. Grant, it's all about the raptors. All about the raptors and the fact of how smart the raptors are. And then the Jurassic World really took that with, of course, Chris Pratt's character, Owen, and then of course the whole blue thing, which I think is the most fascinating aspect of the new movies is blue. Blue. When we were watching Jurassic World and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, it's hard to just not yell out, "You're my boy, Blue," even though Blue's a girl, but it's still, you say you're my boy, Blue, and Blue is always like saving the day, and Blue is very much still alive. Curious to see what happens in Jurassic World Dominion. So, when it comes to the box office, this is what Deadline posted to for projections right here. Oops. And thank you, Mr. Team Rad, for the $5 super chat. Hiya. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. And then, of course, we have a new subscriber, David Martin. Nice name. Jurassic World Dominion making tentpoles serious again with running a $325 million worldwide by Sunday. Wow. So it's actually going to be doing better than Top Gun Maverick in its opening weekend. I'm sure, though, it's going to have a pretty significant drop, though, second week. Jurassic World Dominion, which has Colin Trevorrow returning to the director's chair after skipping 2008's Fallen Kingdom, will see its worldwide box office rise to $325 million plus after debuting in U.S. and Canada with at least $125 million right there, 4,600 plus theaters right there. And yes, they do have China right now. They, Top Gun Maverick didn't have China because they didn't like the patches on Maverick's back. I don't get it. But Jurassic World Dominion definitely has China that's happening with it. From 59 new offshore markets, including China, 150 million plus if you include holdovers. So it's going to be doing pretty well. It's going to be essentially doing pretty well when it comes to this. But as of right now, the reviews are pouring in, and it's not looking good when it comes to reviews. Currently on the tomato meter, it is at 39%. It is a Rotten Tomato, 112 reviews right here. And, I mean, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? The only joy in this movie comes from the precise mimicry. It was not, it has no identity of its own, which becomes depressingly apparent when the franchise's old and new characters finally come face to face. The supermarket sweep approach to blockbuster filmmaking reaches its horrible, there's just people that are just like, tearing into it. But I'm just kind of going, what were you expecting? William Powell, what's going on, sir? I have a dinosaur pin. He has a dinosaur pin for you. Oh, man. He's trying to get me to Vegas. There's not a single moment of genuine dread, fear, or even mild unease. Ooh, Kevin Marr. Just not liking it. But then we got positive reviews right here. While Jurassic World Dominion offers up some lightweight summer fun, it's not exactly satisfying. So no tears, but plenty of laughs. Well, that's good. You're going to say some ha-has. If disappointment can be measured in dinosaurs, Jurassic World Dominion is a brontosaurus of bummer. Jurassic World, not a fan, Ian says, as if he beat the audience from saying the same thing about this movie. Dominion leans on the notion of sci-fi dystopia, doubling as an old-fashioned monster movie. That's a positive review? If director and co-writer Colin Trevorrow and company's scripting and pacing feels a little all over the shop, there are plenty of breathtaking and crowd-pleasing sequences and more than a few memorable moments and inventive shots. That's all I need. I'm not looking for anything deep here, guys. It's fucking dinosaurs and people. That's what's funny. That's what I realized when watching these movies over this last weekend. I'm like, I don't really need too much depth. Just dinosaurs and craziness. And obviously when it came to Fallen Kingdom, we want Jesse's back door on. What the fuck? All right there, Jose. I don't know what the hell that means. Again, most of the time I have no idea what the hell you guys are talking about in the live chat. Holy Lord. Interesting. Dominion leans on the notion of sci-fi. So yeah, we already read that. Much like Fallen Kingdom, Dominion never feels remotely organic to what the original films suggested, cloning and creating dinosaurs. How did Fallen Kingdom not feel like that? That's what the whole thing was all about. They created like a whole new raptor. And not to mention the little plot twist at the end that the guy who was working with John Hammond cloned his daughter. That little aspect of it, I didn't like. When I first watched it, I thought it was like, whoa, what are we doing here? We're talking about humans now? But then when I rewatched it again, I went, you know what? That's actually kind of cool. Well, obviously we can't have John Hammond back. He's passed away in this series, but you have somebody that he worked with and they had a falling out because he cloned his daughter using similar methods of what they were doing here. And I thought that was actually pretty cool. And the thing about Fallen Kingdom is it was very much like a horror movie. It took place in a creepy old house, of course, when it was at night and raining. With that whole, what's that? I forgot what the raptor was called. But anyways, guys, I don't care. Obviously, if you want to go watch it, go watch it. And apparently a lot of people are going to go watch this damn thing. It's going to be interesting to see. Obviously, we got a little hint from Fallen Kingdom. Jeff Goldblum, of course. Ian Malcolm showed up, but he was only at the little hearing thing. Now, of course, he's going to be more part of it. Yes, there were some people that actually said that it was kind of almost Rise of Skywalker-esque. And I'm just kind of going, no, there's no way that it's going to be as messy as Rise of Skywalker. I mean, sure, it could be messy and clunky and whatever. Maybe, okay. But there's no way that it's going to be Rise of Skywalker level mess, because that was taking fucking like 4 decades of shit and trying to round it up. Jurassic Park, that franchise has not been around that long, and there wasn't a lot of mythology wrapped around in it. So when people were saying that, comparing it to Rise of Skywalker, I'm like, fuck off. I don't know what the hell you were expecting. And honestly, I don't know what people are, it's dinosaurs and people. Now I'm in what Aaron Bailey said earlier today, or what he said earlier was like, I love the fact that, yes, no longer Fallen Kingdom wiped the island off. Like, there's no more island now. This is all on the mainland. That's what I'm looking forward to, and the way that Fallen Kingdom ended. And I thought, what's his name? The director, J.A., what's his name? Did such a good job of, like, okay, they had to go back to the island. Volcano. That's something we didn't see. A volcano's going to erupt. Let's try to rescue some of these species. Obviously, when it comes to these movies, you have the same trope of man wants to fucking sell these creatures and use them as soldiers and whatever the fuck, which is like, all right, yes, we're going to have that again, sure. But that scene, though, when you see the Brontosaurus, when the boat is pulling away and you see the Brontosaurus getting consumed by the smoke and the ash and the lava, god damn, hits you right in the feels. So, but anyways, whatever. This movie's going to do gangbusters, and it's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to it, seeing it tomorrow, so look forward to my first reaction review. And I don't know if I'll be as harsh unless just things just really bug the shit out of me. I don't know. I don't see that happening, though. I really don't. I just rewatching those movies, I got just invigorated into this world again, and I'm excited to see the conclusion.